Hey everyone, it's me, Diane. I'm going to be doing my first tutorial today. Kind of excited. I'm going to be doing your typical smoky eye look using your grays, your silvers, and your blacks. However, I'm going to be doing a little bit different because I'm going to be doing it with a metallic finish. So, I only have one half of my face done, and I have no skin makeup, so please ignore the craptastic skin. But I will post pictures at the end of this video with the finished look. And if you want to find out how to do it, then just keep watching. Thanks. So I'm just going to take my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm going to prime my eye. I put it in this little jar over here, however, because as some of you may know, it leaves a lot of it behind. So instead of wasting the product, just cut the bottle in half and then just scoop it into a jar, and you'll be saving a lot of product, a lot of money, and a lot of trips to Sephora to restock. And I'm going to be taking my MAC 239 brush. It's from the travel kit, so it's a little bit smaller, but it still does the job very well. And I'm going to be taking MAC's Issue. It's just this matte, light kind of gray with a blue undertone. And I'm putting this on my inner corner about 1/3 of the way. So, and now you're going to take your all-over shadow brush. Again, I'm using Elegant Faces. I'm not using the MAC brush because the size is quite different. If you can see, I mean, this one's thicker, wider, and also just bigger. So when you're doing a bigger shadow, it's just easier to do something with a larger surface area. So now I'm going to be taking Scene. It's by MAC as well. And it's just this really nice matte slate kind of gray color. And I'm taking it on my all-over shadow brush, tapping off the excess. And I'm just doing the rest of my lid. And just go up into the crease and a little bit beyond it. So now that you have that done, we are going to take our Quo brush. It's a crease brush. Quo can only be found in Shoppers Drug Mart, and Shoppers Drug Mart can only be found in Canada. So if you're in the States, don't worry about it. Smashbox has a brush like this. It's a little bit thicker and wider, and it doesn't have as much of a defined point, but it's still a great brush. I'm just going to be using this because I'm doing very precise work with black, and as you all know, black is a little bit hard to work with if you're a beginner. So I'm just taking my crease brush, and I'm taking Makeup Forever Professional eyeshadow. It's from the Diamond Shadow collection. I do not remember the color, but there's only 10 shadows in that collection, and there's only one black. So it's this one right here. It's literally like Black Tide from MAC. I find that has a bit more shimmer to it though. So I'm just taking a very small amount on my crease brush, and I'm going to start contouring the scene and just giving depth and definition to our eye. Take your time with this. You do not want to make a mistake because it's a lot harder to redo black or just to get rid of it than to with any other color. So just using light strokes. Apply more if you need to. And remember, it's easier to go back and add more than to take it off. I can't stress that enough. And when you're happy with how much black you got on, again, our Elegant Faces blending brush. And just blend that black out. What we're going to actually do right now is we're taking an angled brush. Again, this is from Elegant Faces. And we're actually going to be taking MAC's paint in Graphito. And we're going to be using this as a liner. So this is that metallic-y aspect that I was talking about. Now the thing is, this is a paint, not a fluid line. it's not gonna go on like a fluid line if you try to draw it on in like a line. So what you actually have to do with your angled brush is you take a little bit, just like that, and then instead of sweeping it on, we're actually going to be pressing it on in segments. Because if you try to do it in one fluid motion, it will just look really watery and crappy and gross and blah. And now again, we're going to take our crease brush. I have two. One is always for the outer corner when I'm contouring. The second one is always when I'm doing my highlight. So one for dark color and one for light color. You could of course just wipe your brush away. I bought two of the same brush by an accident. I was too lazy to return it, so I found a use for it. I'm just taking Gesso by MAC, and this is our highlight. If you go a little bit on the black, that's fine, because we're going to take our blending brush and again just ensure that everything is well placed. So we're still defining that line, that shape, but we're not making it harsh. So now that we're done our upper business, I'm going to be taking my concealer. I'm using Cargo 1 Base Concealer in Foundation 1. This is shade number 2. This stuff is amazing. I love it. I have rosacea. You can't tell right now because my skin, I'm under medication and really specific skincare products, but it does get pretty bad sometimes. And my rosacea ends here where my bags end. So the two meet, and it's just either dark circles, really harsh line, and then just pure redness. It's really, really bad. So what I'm going to do is, using my number 2 concealer, I'm going to make sure that those two areas of skin are the same color. So I'm just packing it on the line that they both meet, so it's a medium. And again, I'm just taking my Quo foundation brush. I don't use concealer brushes. I personally don't see a point in them, and I really hate using them. So I just use my foundation brush. And you can go on an angle right now and just really get that nice sharp line from that black tide. Just make sure everything's blended well. So you see how it's the same color now, but I still have bags? Okay, so my camera decided to stop recording, and it didn't make a noise the way it normally does, so I just kept going. So after I did my concealer, what I did, I took Sephora Brand Liner Electro, number 3 Silver Electro, it's a pencil, and I just did my inner corner highlight. And then on top of that, using an angled brush, I put MAC's Electra on top, just to set it and give it smudging power. And then I took my Elegant Faces synthetic brush. This is actually a concealer brush, but like I mentioned before, I hate concealer brushes. So this I used with the remaining top of the graphito. I don't know why I keep calling it topographic. Graphito. The paint. Using the synthetic brush, I just put it on the lower lash line. And then I put MAC's Issue on top, just to give it, again, smudging power. So now that I caught you where we were, I curled my lashes, and I was just about to do my liquid eyeliner when I actually noticed that the memory card was full, because it did make a noise. So all I'm going to do right now is take my liquid eyeliner, if I can find it.